Hi everybody, it's me, Juniper Blue Mystique. I am your Ascension Master, Master Healer, and Divine Guide. I am the one who brought about the Ascension. Okay, I have spent the last 3 or more years doing it since my own Kundalini awakening that I had in 2019. And everything came through me as part of my awakening. Okay, that's who I am. It's not just been through healing people, even though I am a master healer. I ascended the planet into 7D. Okay. Please check out my Ascension playlist. Check out all my videos on this channel. You will, if you actually do the research, have all the proof that you need to what that means. From clearing Mount Shasta, activating pyramids, freeing Jesus' soul, to the resurrection of Christ, all came through me. Okay? That's not a joke. I've lost one of my twin flames on this journey. It's been one hell of a ride. Okay, but the rapture is what I want to talk about today. Okay? So for those who don't know me, welcome. Please like and subscribe and join this channel, and I can guarantee your ascension. Okay. For those who do know me, can I guarantee your ascension? Yes, I'm the one who brought it about. If you do the work, you follow what I say, there's no other way. Okay. For those who do know me, welcome. So good to see you, my family. I love you so very much. Wait until you hear what's coming through. Okay. Now today it's a very important message. So I want to talk about the rapture, which I don't know if I like to use that word, but it does kind of explain something coming through and changing the whole entire world. When I talked the last time I did a video about one of my first workshops, and I do what they kind of call like spell casting, where I can write things out. I create things. Okay, that's what I do as a master healer. I don't read them from a book. Everything I do is from inside of me. Okay, it's already in there. I create things. Okay, so when I first started out, Spirit was like, do a workshop. And I didn't know what that meant, and I had talked about that. And this is coming up because my very first workshop, I did a spell casting. Okay, and Archangel Gabriel had come through for that one. Some might remember it from the academy that I was in. Some of those people were in judgment anyway, so may not even be following me, so it is what it is. Who knows if they're even ascending? I don't know. All I know is when I did my first workshop, I did this thing where I wrote it out, and I have to find it. I think it's on Facebook. I think it's on one of my Facebook pages, not one of my main business Facebook page, Juniper Blue Mystique. It's down in my videos. I'm pretty sure I put it on there because it's important. So the very first workshop I did all the way to now, it's a full circle moment. Okay, why? Why is that? It's the rapture. Here's the deal, okay? It's united we stand, united they fall. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? That was part of what I put through. All will rise, for all to be seen, for all united to stand, and united they fall. So you can kind of talk about right now, there's like a splitting of the two worlds, right? We've got some people who are awake, some people who are not, and I told you we're anchoring into where we're going to go. I already told you that. So if you're not heart-centered, if you're not connected to the light because of the V's and all these other things, or you just don't want to see it, you're choosing through quote-unquote free will. Because in my mind, anybody who really understood what free will was and what was going on, why wouldn't they choose it, right? That's how I think about it. So I feel like they're coming from a shrouded place of darkness. They may not have all the answers, but that's just my opinion. Actually, there's a lot of truth to that. But whichever side you're on, some are ascending, some are not. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? That is the rapture. You're anchoring into one side and you won't be here, and you're anchoring into the other and you will ascend. Okay? The planet is ascending. So I see these depictions of people just going, ah, like being sucked off, right? Like in that show, like, I'm being sucked off to the light. No. I brought the planet into the light. Okay? So the only way you can stay here is if you're heart-centered and Christ-light. Period. Okay? So this is very important. So united we stand, united they fall, all will be seen once and for all. I remember writing something like that. And I remember seeing buildings fall. I remember seeing people fall. Okay, now it's making full sense because that was my first one. I'm like, what does this mean? I had not brought anything through yet, like as far as activating pyramids, it had not come through yet. And so at first I was like, what is this? What does this mean? You know? And now it's a full circle moment to, I get it now. I did all of the work. I pushed it out of the collective energy, filled the collective whole with Christ's light. That's what I did. Removed all darkness, all shadow pieces, the fallen angels, all of that. I did that. You can watch the videos on my channel. It's very real, and it almost killed me, and it was very painful, and it took a lot. Not only did I survive, I thrived. And the universe is in celebrate, okay? Because this has never been done before. Not on any planet, okay? This has never been done like this before. So I did something that's never been done before. So the whole entire universe is watching. The whole entire universe is very much aware of what we are doing, who I am, and what has happened. And yet some people on our planet are still like, what's going on? Conspiracy theory, what's going on? Right? That's a little scary. Because I also took us into 7D. Okay? So this is important. So what's coming through right now is if we are not heart-centered, we cannot ascend. This makes so much sense now, especially since my second DM, my new twin flame that was a walk-in, didn't show on Christmas like he was supposed to. It really hurt me. And then I had to look again. Okay, what do I need to do to make this better? What can I do to get back on track? Because it threw me off so bad. And the thing is it was because he's not coming from a place of heart-centeredness. And so I have to, and same with my old DM. It's like, good Lord, can they stop please pulling me down? Please stop pulling me down, because I'm having to not only pull me, but pull somebody else forward that's not actively working through their heart. Okay? And it is painful. And the only way to ascend is to be heart-centered. Why? Because Christ is love. Christ is all about love, the love of God, the light of God, the union of one. We are all connected through the heart. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And in the new earth, you have to be heart-centered. This makes so much sense now to why I've done all my courses, to the first workshop that I brought through, the very first one. United we stand, united they fall, whoever they are and whoever we are. Okay? They will fall, and they are going to fall soon. And it's already starting. Pay attention to how many people are dying every day. Boom, 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 boom. And you're only getting the ones they usually talk about, which are celebrities and things like that. But if you're truly paying attention, we're already going down in population size. Boom, boom, boom. It's true. And you can go ahead and say, oh, people die every day. Not like this, my friends. Pay attention. Okay? Really take a good look at your surroundings. Right? Because if we are not awake, meaning we can't see that light, we're not choosing to see that light, you're not the united we stand. You're part of the united we fall. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so you can look at it as a splitting of two worlds right now, which cannot stay that way. It cannot remain that way forever. And I don't want people to think, oh, we're just going to be two worlds. Some will be awake and some will not. No. That is not Judgment Day, my friends. And believe me, because I know what I brought about. I brought it about. It's not like I'm just standing outside of it, you guys. I've been living it. I've been feeling it. I've been having to experience it. I've been having to do the work every day. And now I have to buckle down again and make sure I'm completely heart-centered. I have to be completely in discipline, completely heart-centered, because I don't have a DM to pull me up. I have to pull him up. And it's tiring. Okay? But you as an individual. So this is also important for DMs and DFs. If you're not heart-centered, we can't unite. It's like a repellent. Okay? Because where we're connected in 7D, 5D, outside of 3D, is in the heart. Okay? Where the false reality, where 3rd D kept us, was outside of the heart. And it's kind of a strange concept, right? Like, how do I live within my heart? You have to be heart-centered. Here's an example of this, okay? This is very important because this is what I've learned on my journey. Before my awakening, part of the earthly plane, part of 3rd dimensional reality, I had a psychology degree, okay? I worked very hard. I was in medical school. I had a 4.0. See, I was a stay-at-home mom for 10 years with a very controlling, abusive husband. Very. So I loved being at home with my kids. Don't get me wrong. My kids are awesome, and I'm so lucky, and I have it that way still to this day, even though I work 2 jobs, okay? Because that was very important to me. My kids are not exposed to the toxic shit waste of this society. They used to be in school and stuff, but ever since the thing hit, no. My guides were like, take them out. I did before it hit, and now I see why. Okay. So I was a stay-at-home mom for 10 years. I was not awake. It was a very abusive situation. I remember praying to God for 3 years to help me, which they did. And he was going to kill me. He has a lifelong restraining order. They found that I didn't. And so he doesn't even really see my kids now. He chooses drugs over them and stuff. And so that's kind of where I came from, okay? Lots of abuse. It was horrible. And so once I got out of that relationship, you can kind of look at it like an abused dog, right? Who was like caged up, and then they're told, oh, you're free, now raise 3 kids. And I'm like, it was so hard. And so my focus became school, because he wouldn't even let me get an education. He wouldn't let me work, nothing. I wasn't allowed. I wasn't allowed to do shit. It's not a joke. He cut me off from my family, my friends. It's one of those, okay? And so then I really started getting an education. So I come from a background of hard work. I was going to med school. I had a 4.0, and then I realized, maybe it was the psychology field, so I went into that, and then I became behavioral certified. I was licensed in the state of Colorado as a behavioral tech, and I worked with not just autistic children, but I worked with anybody who had behavioral issues or used that as a way of communication, or didn't understand how to create in their world, didn't have families to love them and things. And so what I did was not normal. Like, my jobs were jobs that people really didn't want to do. They were very difficult. It was very rewarding, okay? And so it's not like I was spiritual to begin with. It wasn't. I came from that background of hardworking, educated, trying to take care of my kids, okay? Then I had my awakening. So you would think that my career, my degree, what I worked hard for, because I wanted to help people, and so I picked psychology field to do it, then I went into behavioral, now I'm as a crisis specialist, okay? You would think that's my heart-centered, wouldn't you? Right? That's what I came into the 3D plane wanting to do. That's what I was going to do in the Matrix world. That, I would thought, this is where my issue became and where I battled internally going through this, because I'm like, that used to be my heart center, but that was never my heart center. My heart center is the master healer that I am. I'm a course creator. I create modalities. Do you hear that? I create modalities, and I have new ones to bring through, and I have to change all the old ones that were already here. Okay? Because if we are not heart-centered to me is actually not what I was doing before. My true passion, it's not what I thought it was. I thought it was in my degree that I worked 5 to 7 years for. Not this other thing that was already inside of me. I had no idea. And now that it's coming out, they're like, no, this is where your heart is. It took me a long time to understand where my joy was, to see where my heart-centered actions were. And it truly lies within my business, within course creating. I write books, I write courses. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And through trying to rise in that, I was being attacked by the fallen angels, because I'm bringing about the ascension. That's not a joke. I was trying to save my DM, trying to pull him forward the whole time. Good fucking Lord, I need a DM who can stand up, please. Because at this point, I'm like, can we please stop pulling somebody up with me? But if you are a DM and a DF, you cannot unite if you're not being heart-centered. I don't care that I've already united it. I'm carrying both lights, the DM and the DF. I've told you guys that. I'm uniting the twin flames by myself, okay? And I know in uniting with my twin flame, in clearing all the karma from Adam and Eve forward, to unite all the twin flames, to unite Mary Magdalene and Jesus, I had to do that work, you guys. I know exactly what it takes. I know what it takes to go from 3D to 5D or 7D or beyond, because there's multiple dimensions, right? I've lived it over these last 3 years, and it's a cautionary tale. It is very real. I know it's life and death because I've seen people die on this journey by not following that light. Does that mean, yeah, like some will go, some will stay, some will never know life this way, okay? This is not about fear. This is Judgment Day, my friends. This is the rapture. This is the splitting of two realities. You're anchoring in, and if you are not heart-centered, you're in trouble. Like, that's not a joke. This is why, like, there's some messages, there's some people I know that need this message, because God will tell us, hey, or spirit or our guides or whatever, right? Hey, that job's not for you. And then we're like, oh, but I need the money. And spirit's like, no, you don't. So then make a plan and get the fuck out of that job and find your heart-centeredness. Okay, so what I have to do is, I need money. You're right. I've got 2 kids by myself. My oldest is full grown, so I have 3 kids, but he's already raised up. He's 20. I have 2 at home still with me that I'm still raising by myself, mind you, because their dad is a piece of shit, and he really is. Okay, he doesn't care about them. So I've literally had to do it by myself. And when my DM, the first DM, and I were supposed to unite, our souls went like this, and then he took off with a fallen angel, okay? And then I had to literally change my whole entire life. I could not work anything but what was in my heart. Spirit showed me right then what was in my heart. My videos, bringing about the ascension, the master healer that I am, delivering Spirit's message, and bringing about the ascension. I write books, which I am. I create courses, which I do. And I'm changing the earth now, okay? So that's what's coming forward this weekend. So I have to put off the Akasha Records course because this weekend, 555, my VIP member healing, my monthly membership healing group are the ones who are going to receive this. So if you want this, it is ascension based. It is absolutely essential, okay? Join the Patreon VIP one, the 55 tier. That is the only way you're going to have this healing. It is this weekend because I have to go within the dimensional frequencies. So we went into a new dimension. I've talked about that in one of my videos. I don't remember which one it was. I took us through a black hole. And I remember that. And scientifically, they showed stars being spit out of a black hole when I did that. It all aligned. It's not a joke. You can look back through like the news and the science and stuff within the last year. There were stars that spit out a black hole. And if you find my video, you'll align it with that. I took us through a black hole. I think it was the one where we went into 7D. I'm pretty sure. It was the workshop done to activate a new chakra system. That's the one I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I've done so much work, it's kind of blurring sometimes. But I took us into a new black hole. Okay. So this weekend, what I have to do is go with, like, stand in the center of time like I usually do. Because everything energetically will affect us in the physical. It's like a boomerang. And I have to align all of these dimensional frequencies. Okay, so we have our old planets, right, that went with us, because it's all part of the same system, keeps each other in balance, they all operate together, they do. All of the planets operate together, they do. So all of them went into the new dimension. And there's new planets here. So that's what I have to, like, I have to bring it all together, and I have to center our hearts within that. I know it sounds weird and it's hard to imagine, but that's what I have to do this weekend, okay? So you have to be heart-centered in order to ascend. If you are not operating from the truth of your heart, you're not connecting to that source light, you're not living in that source light, and you're not connecting to the new earth yet. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And we are anchoring in. Does that mean that people aren't on their path, like slowly getting there? So do you have to be where I'm at yet? No, right? Just have to be heart-centered. You have to be heart-centered. So if what you're doing for work is not heart-centered and you're money-focused, you're in trouble. Can we be money-focused and still heart-centered? Yes. Okay? So I have another job, but it's to pay my bills right now so I can get up out of it and put my focus on my business again because of my DMs, plural, because I have 2 of them that are fucking me up. They are. I love him, but he's hurting me every day. And so, you know, I get that. It's like, if I just quit that job, can I make money in my business work? Yeah. But does that create stress on me? Yeah. And I'm all alone, thanks to my DM. I'm not supposed to be. So I have to really make sure that I'm balancing for 2 fucking people, but not only that, the whole entire collective whole. Okay? And if I have to be heart-centered, so do you. I guarantee you, you have to be heart-centered. What are you doing right now that is not heart-centered? Do you even know? Are you even aware? Are you ready for the rapture? United, we stand in the heart. United, they fall that are not connected to the heart, because that is your connection to source. So if you're not heart-centered, you're not source-centered, and we can't ascend. The moment you get to ascend is the moment you're heart-centered and healed enough to be so. It's not a joke. And the people who go through my academy, they're getting there. I know this. I can see it now. I can see it now. They're the ones who are following that, the ones who are listening to our heart, who are taking the steps every day, Even if it's clunky, even if it's hard, even if we don't understand what that means, because it took me a long time. The resurrection is now, and you have to be heart-centered. So if you want to join me for this ascension, it's Essential Ascension Workshop. It is through my VIP program. You can only join it through the Patreon link under this video. Whatever day you join is the day it will charge you every month. It is a monthly membership. You also get merchandise. You have to join the highest tier, though. There's different tiers. It's the $55 a month. I do healing monthly memberships in there, and it is ascension-based. So for those who have joined, you also get discounts. You get messages in there every week that are personal to the group, okay? But this one's going to be big, so I have to postpone the Akasha Records. I need to align all of the rays and the frequencies into our heart-centered with all the new planets in the new dimension. Yeah, swallow them apples. That's what I get to do. What are you doing this weekend? That's my heart-centered, you guys. Does that mean I don't go to work tonight from 3 to 10 so I can pay my bills until I get that thing set over? But my focus has to be my heart. So I don't care about that stuff. I cannot, my goal is not to be the manager within that, which is what they were trying to give me as I was trying to pull away. Okay? My goal is not to, but that used to be. Before I had my awakening, that was what I thought my heart-centered was. That was what I thought my purpose was to help people through the psychological field. Okay, I have degrees. I went to school for a very long time. And you can say, is that wasted? No, it's not wasted. It's still education that I have within me. I'm one badass bitch, okay, because of all the education I have. I am multi-dimensional, my friends. Multi-knowledge, multi-abilities. And so never think that anything's wasted, even if our heart-centered doesn't align with our old reality. It's not about anything being wasted. It's about taking your time to find out what is heart-centered for you, because that is the way through the rapture right now. And we are entering into the rapture as we speak, my friends, because Jesus returned over 2 weeks ago. The resurrection occurred on Christmas Day. Okay? So if you're not heart-centered, and I'll be damned if I let some dude kill me again. Nope. I will pull his ass through if I have to. But I'm not happy. I'm losing love every day. So that's the problem, right? So make sure you're heart-centered. And if you're a twin flame, you're a DM or a DF, you cannot unite if you're not coming from heart-centeredness. Because 2222, the moment I aligned with my old DM, the original one, my soulmate DM, the original one that we were born into this lifetime to be, I was in my highest vibration, and I was only focused on heart-centeredness. Spirit took me out of my job. I remember that. I lost my job, and I was panicking, and they said, don't panic. I had to create my reality from my heart-centered, from nothing. Can you do it? Yes. When Christmas occurred, and my DM didn't show, and I had to resurrect Christ on my own, they were pushing me out of my job, and it hurt really bad, and I got very scared. I got completely out of balance, and they're like, boom, boom, remember. So I manifested really quickly. I was like calling in money really quickly. I'm a master manifester. I know how to do it. It's not the old ways, okay? It's not through that fucking law of attraction. Does that matter? In a way, yes. Because if you're not attracting the right stuff, you're attracting a shit, okay? But when my DM didn't show, it threw me way out of balance. I knew I had to be the one to correct it, because is he still here? Fuck, no. He isn't. Where is he? I don't know. I'm beginning to think he doesn't care. Is that a little bit of haste? Yeah, it is. Because he really hurts me. Even this new one, even seeing what went through, even knowing what he knows now, he still keeps hurting me. And it sucks ass, okay? Because even though Spirit was like, hey, do this, I had to be at my best, I had to listen, I had to surrender in every which way, even if it hurt, even if I lost friends, even if I didn't understand what was going on. I sacrificed my entire life for this ascension. I did. And I made it through. Not only did I make it through, I'm thriving. Okay, so if you don't think I have the ingredients to know how to survive this, oh, believe me, I do. You have to be in a high vibration. You have to be heart-centered, and you have to heal what you have to heal. You have to release all of those old things in order to rise, or you're not ascending, my friends. Can you set out on the path to ascend? Yeah, and then things will happen to you. You have to make the choices and do all of that, and it's clunky, and it can take you some time. Or you can get on the fast track like the people who follow me do, and they're already going into 5D. But you have to be heart-centered. You have to be heart-centered. If you are not, you don't want to be a part of the United They Fall. Or do you? Maybe you do. Maybe you don't want to go ahead. Maybe you don't want to be part of God's world. That's up to you, boo. That's up to you. I do, okay? And I'll be damned if I let any man keep me out of it. There's nobody that's going to do that, okay? You know what's crazy, too, is I had a boyfriend that I wasn't supposed to have, Sean, and he saw me. He believes in it. He's not a DM, and I keep thinking, why, God? Why did you pick the new DM? What makes a DM? That's what I want to know, because so far the DMs have done nothing but hurt the DF and the ascension, and I'm like, what the fuck? WTF. What makes a DM? I really want to know this. If my DM is still around or even cares to listen to what I have to say, can you please show me what makes a DM? Because we need it right now. Because right now, I'm carrying everything. And you want to try that weight on your shoulders? I dare you. Okay. I know exactly what's going on now. I know exactly what it takes to get through this ascension, to get through the rapture, the apocalypse, to get through the injustice that's about to be cleaned off of this planet through and through. Because it is. We cleaned it with Christ's light. I undid the Holy Grail. You need to watch that. It's not a cup. Don't be fooled. Okay? I know what happened to Jesus. I know how he died. I know what happened to Mary Magdalene and Jesus now. They're twin souls I had to unite. Which my twin souls and I had to unite. Which all the twin flames I'm uniting. Trust me when I tell you. It is mind-blowing. It's hard to understand. It's heart-wrenching. It's difficult. It's not easy. But you know what? I'm damn proud of who I am and what I've done. I'm proud of the work that I do. I'm so freaking proud of it. And now I finally see what it means to be heart-centered. We have to be heart-centered. Okay? I spent years on a degree that I will not be using going forward. Will I use it? Yes. In truth, all of the knowledge we pick and we pick up and we utilize helps us from our heart-centered space either way. So nothing's wasted. But was it my heart center? No. Isn't that crazy? What we did in 3D is not heart-centered. Because we're outside of it. We weren't connected to that light. We weren't focusing that way. That's not what we were doing. It was matrix-centered. It was third-dimensional reality-centered. It was conformity-centered in a lot of ways. We had to have that title. I'm a therapist, I'm a crisis specialist, I'm a behavioral therapist, I'm this and that and that. And it was always a title. My heart-centered, I'm a master healer. I'm the one who brought about the ascension. I love creating cards. I made these cards. Do I sell them yet? Not yet. I completed the deck though, right? I love writing books. I'm writing books. Have I put them out there yet? No, I haven't. That's the problem. That's what my DMs have done to me on this ascension. It's really been difficult for me to really bring through the ascension all by myself, go against all the fighting that was against me from the fallen angels, and then still make the markings on my own while I have a DF I'm trying to pull, or a DM that I'm trying to pull forward. So if a DM can step forward, Lord help me, I would praise him. He would be my king. Because at this point, I'm tired of dragging him. And I have said that to God. And no, they're not doing what they need to do because they're not following that light. So to be heart-centered means that you can't question. You need to follow that intuition. You need to follow that light. You need to come from a place that may not match up from the world you used to do. And you can't worry about judgment. Fuck everybody else because they might not be the ones that stay. United we stand. United they fall. Welcome to the rapture. Are you heart-centered? I would definitely be looking into that. Okay? This message is very important, and I know one person in particular, it might go bing, because I remember Spirit constantly telling them, hey, that job is not for you. And they're thinking, oh, the job just won't survive, but it's not that at all. You're not heart-centered. You can't unite with your twin flame if you're not heart-centered, and we can't ascend. That's a mistake we have to correct. So this is on its way out. My other job is on its way out. It's just there as a cushion. Oh, I was going to tell you. So when my DM did what he did on Christmas, I kind of started panicking because I couldn't pay my bills again. Because I had to miss work. Spirit was like, miss work, do this video. And I'm like, okay. And so I did the video. Then I found out my DM was supposed to come, which is why I got attacked at work. Now I know because Jesus was about to be resurrected and I was doing it on my own. I had no protection and I got attacked, okay? Then I got super sick. So I missed work. I couldn't pay my bills, and I couldn't focus heart-centered because I was in a panic, okay? I was in fear. Great, now what am I going to do? Here's that stress I don't want again, right? I was doing good, I was able to pay my bills, but it wasn't heart-centered. And Spirit's like, boom, 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 heart-centered, and I'm like, shit. So then I went into a space like, I gotta quit that job, and then I went into panic again. So I started manifesting, one of my master manifesting techniques, one of my ways, and I did it. I got a call from my work, and they're like, oh, well, we knew it had to be serious because I was quitting my job, technically speaking. That's where I was going because I have to be heart-centered. I'm like, okay. I'm kind of going back into my nightmare from my old DM because I could have died if I wasn't heart-centered. So I'm like, okay, I'm quitting my job. I stopped showing up. I didn't call in. Nothing. I did message them and say, hey, I'm really sick. I can't do this anymore. I'm in like my own crisis right now, so I can't help people in crisis. Turns out they called me. I kept ignoring their call. And I was trying to manifest lump sums of money, large lump sums of money. I mean, it's not huge, but I got a phone call, and they're like, how's 60 hours? Do you want 80 hours or 60 hours of that money? And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, there's a state fund we can pay you for the time you missed. I'm like, please do. And I didn't even take the full thing. I'm like, 60 hours is plenty. Thank you. I could have taken 80 hours pay, and you're talking probably pay for my higher rate because I'm on the swing. I make pretty good money. So there's money, free money right there for the work that I missed doing the resurrection of Christ. And I'm like, thank you, God. And this weight just went poof. Okay. I'm going to still hang on to it for a little bit just so I don't worry about money and I don't get out of heart-centered. So if God is nudging you to say, hey, quit this job, hey, you need to not do this, then your main focus needs to be from the heart. Okay? You can be logical about it and be like, well, I need to at least save up a couple months' money and then really hit my business hard, really focus on what my heart is, and really start to transition. Start to build the money here and transition out of here. And we were already supposed to be doing that. Okay? So if you're not doing that, if you're not heart-centered, you can't align with your twin flame, even though I'm doing that for you. I know it's within me first, and then everybody will follow, but I'm letting you guys know that if you don't do this, we can't, okay? United we stand, united they fall. That is the rapture. That's why they're saying we're living in two worlds right now, because we're anchoring in. And I warned you guys not to anchor into where you don't want to go. It's becoming too late now, okay? So, if I were you, I would quickly say, oh my gosh, where's my heart? I would start looking into your heart. If you need help with that, because that's what this workshop is this weekend on Sunday, probably at 1 o'clock. Sunday at 1:11 Mountain Standard Time. Patreon, you have to join that membership. I will post the link in there, okay, for the Zoom link, and that's where we will do it through. And I will be aligning our heart center to the new universe. You have to be heart-centered to ascend, or you're in trouble. Okay? The rapture is here, my friends. What does it look like? It's probably not going to be as pleasant as some think. I'm not kidding you. Because I know they can rip souls out of bodies. I know when you're not meant to be here, you're not going to be here. And I don't want to hear, oh, she's trying to scare us all, or oh, that's death, and that's not of God. I've had to rip souls out of their bodies throughout this journey. That's not a joke, okay? Judgment Day is truly about some are not meant to be here. All right? And in that split, in that creation of a reality where they have to go, if you choose to not listen and anchor into that light, guess what, dude? You're fucked. That's why the V was pushed so hard, because I've told you guys several times it cuts you off from source. Cuts you off from that heart. Cuts you off from source. It does. Changed your DNA. Cuts you off. You can't ascend. Can it be healed? Yeah. But you know how many people actually wanted to heal it? Very few. I haven't done many healings on it at all, unfortunately. Everybody was so in fear and they believe it's something that it's not. Trust me. That's the problem. You know, maybe the darkness is winning a little bit more than what we wanted. But I'll tell you what, it's free will based, okay? Darkness just manipulates your free will. 11:11. Are you heart-centered? You better get there, and you better get there now. Because, my friends, the resurrection is now. Don't listen to people who are throwing judgment at you. Fuck them. Here's another example. My brother got hurt. He's staying with me temporarily. He's getting better. He is not, I did a healing on him. He's waking up, but he's not where I'm at, right? And so it's like, I don't tell him much because he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. Does that mean maybe he's not ascending? No, not necessarily, because I see him waking up, okay? So I don't worry about it. I don't throw at him all this knowledge that I have until he's ready for it, because I avoid that judgment. Because that's where people go with it, okay? If people are judging you, walk the fuck away from them and don't stop your journey. Because united we stand, united they fall. Do you understand me? And if you're not willing to rise above past all of that, then the people who follow your light can't do so either. Shine your light. That's what that means. Shine your light from your heart. If you cannot shine your light from your heart, are you a starseed or a light worker? Are you doing your job? You think Dolores Cannon wasn't judged? She was even a little bit ahead of her time. Like, look at when she came through with all that. She still did it. When you go from your heart, your passion, you don't let people stop you. You don't stop just because of other people's judgments, because it may not be what people understand. Fuck them. The right ones will always align with you. Let the right ones fall, and let the right ones align, because united we stand, united they fall. It's not a joke, my friends. It is not a joke. You are on limited time. The world we know it now is very limited in time. The world you are looking at today is slowly changing every single day in a very big way. And if you're not changing with it, if you're not coming from a heart space, if you don't even know what's in your heart compared to what you thought was in your heart, right? Because I spent years working so hard on my degree, going to school, working super hard, just wanting to take care of my kids and be an awesome mom and not struggle. When my ex-husband really abused me, he took our home. He left us homeless. They wanted me in housing in Pueblo. They're like, oh, you can just pay $200 a month rent and stay here as long as you need. And everybody's like, dude, stay there forever. And I'm like, nah. I worked so hard, I was out of there in 10 months. Like, fuck that. Like, where's your power? God, are you going to let fear stop you? Where's your power, my friends? Where is your power? Where is your heart? Where is your passion? Because now it's needed. We're not just affecting us, we're affecting others around us. Those who are attached to us, those who feel our frequency, those who are in line with our vibration, our ancestors, our family, our children, our grandchildren. Where is your heart? It's not 3rd D. If you were a doctor, that still may not be where your heart is. Because it's not of the light. It might change a little. If you follow the heart, it might just change what you do slightly, right? Or a lot. Depends how unaligned you are with your heart. Because in the 3rd dimensional reality, we were not heart-centered. I had to break out of that through a Kundalini awakening and through a lot of pain. Okay? Now I've seen my heart. They tuned me into it a month ago and I didn't know what was coming. Now I do. It makes a lot of sense. I have to get out of that world. Okay, does that mean I'm quitting it today? Nope, I'm going to get some money coming in, but my focus is going where my heart is, because that's a temporary. So I'm taking this time to put every bit of love, every bit of knowledge, every bit of everything I've got, co-creating with Spirit, into my heart space. And making sure that that and my manifesting is aligned. That way it's all ready for that to fall and that to rise. That is golden advice. From the master, from the one who brought it about. And am I like really heightened right now? Yeah, because it's very serious. This is an empowering video. It's meant to empower you because you're out of time. And DM, for the love of God, I'm really tired. You don't show me love every day. I'm already like, what makes a DM? Like, why did God choose this guy? They said he was ready. I felt all this love at first, like he was there. Then all of a sudden, boom, and it's all focused on heart-centered. So ever since Christmas came, I cannot deviate from heart-centered. Thank you, DM. I can't focus on money. That's not what it's about. Because when we're heart-centered and we're aligned with the higher frequencies and we're out of the vibration of fear, There's nothing to fear. Co-creation is real. Spirit provides. That's what I did. So even I was in that fear, I was like, ooh, I got to manifest. I got to think about this. Where's my heart? Where was I misaligned? Because I'm also connected to this DM I don't know, who is totally far behind from me, which is not his fault, by the way. That's not his fault. But he's not stepping up. He's not. So it's very hard. Okay. And so DMs and DFs, you need to understand that as we're connected and we're like pulling each other either down or up. So which one are you on? Are you pulling the other down? Or are you helping to pull up by staying heart-centered? And all of you who aren't a DM and DF, are you pulling the collective down and yourself down? Or are you pulling them up by staying heart-centered and shining your light? Shining your light is from the heart. You have to shine your light from the heart. We're connected to source from the heart. That's what the new earth is about, is from the heart. And if you can't get there, if you're in third dimensional realities, if you're in fear, if you're focused on money, I don't have money for this. I don't have money. I mean, people tell me that all the time, and I'm like, did you not pay attention to my courses? Like, that's not how it works, right? When I first had my awakening, Spirit took my job away. I've never lost anything. I've never been fired. Very dedicated, have an old school work ethic, right? All of a sudden, this job disappeared, and I'm like, whoa, I totally freaked out. They're like, don't freak out, and I wouldn't stop panicking, so I broke my toe, and then they're like, stop panicking. They're like, create. Energy is money. Money is frequency. At least the right kind of money. Okay? There's two different kinds of money. Do you want the darkness, or do you want the light? Are you heart-centered, or are you third-dimensional? United we stand to ascend, or united they fall? Which side are you on? Because the rapture is now. This is it. You have no time left. You better get into your heart, and you better get into it now. Does that mean panic? No, that will block everything. Just get into your heart. Create from there. I have courses on manifesting. I know what I'm talking about because I've had to do it. I had 60 hours of money that I didn't even work for just show up because I was putting it out there. Okay? It's God's way of saying, here, use this. Just focus on what matters. And that is exactly what my message was. Focus on what matters, not what doesn't. So this job is a temporary fix. I'm not going to sit here and focus on it. I will go to work. I will do my thing. I will help the people. I will save lives because that's what I do every night on it. Minus that, my focus is here. 100%. Okay? Are you heart-centered? United, we stand. United, they fall. That is the splitting of your worlds, and that is the rapture. And it is absolutely, unequivocally happening now. What makes a DM? I really want to know that. Why does God choose a DM? Like, why wasn't Sean a DM? He actually loved me. He actually believed in what I did. So I'm curious. I'm like, what makes a DM? I'm confused. That's neither here nor there, though. That's besides the point, because I've already united the twin flames. I'm carrying both lights. So that's my own thing. That's my own DM. No matter what, he just hurts me now, not the collective whole. So I have to be strong enough not to allow that so that I can stay in balance for the collective whole and I can constantly be from my heart. That's why when David, my original DM, hurt me the way he did, I had Jesus' parents coming through, like, in all my healings, just randomly healing me, healing my heart, healing me. And it all makes so much sense now. Because I wouldn't have survived, and I couldn't be ascending if I'm not heart-centered, and neither can you. So does your third dimensional reality align with your heart? Mine did not, and I thought it did. I grew up wanting to make a difference in the world. I grew up really wanting to help people, but I didn't like the medical field. I didn't like the medication-based. And so I went into psychology, and I help people. I help people every day. I help kids to adults. Now it's mostly adults, but it's still kids, you know. I help people every day in traumatic crisis situations, life or death situations. It's a big deal. You would think that was my heart. It wasn't. My heart was the ascension. My heart is what aligns with God. My heart is what aligns with what is real, not what is fake. So will that job eventually go away? Yeah, it will. Because it's not heart-centered for the world. And maybe some form of it might go forward, right? But where my heart is not what I worked many years for. Isn't that weird? Are you heart-centered? Where's your heart? Where's your true joy? Where's your passion? Because if you're doing things just for the money, well, I gotta do this, I gotta make money, I gotta survive. Bullshit. You can make that without that. Trust me. I know, because I've done it several times. And especially every time my DM like pulls me way down and smacks me out from under my feet. I have to be stronger each time and pull this shit out. And I do it. So if I can do it, y'all can do it. Okay? I know I'm a master healer, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. You just have to believe, you have to open up the energy, you have to listen. Take the right advice. Lord God, take the right advice. Not Teal Swan. Fucking help us all. That's the scary part. Our world was following Teal Swan into hell, right? Or other people that I've come through. They're like not ascending. You guys, if you are not heart-centered, you're not ascending. And people can fake that, by the way. One of the things that De La Roca said the other day is somebody who's truly connected can create. Somebody who's not copies. Me, I don't copy shit. Everything truly comes from me and from spirit. Everything is in real time that I put out here. It's not copied. It's not researched. It's not anything. Everything she does, and this made sense. I'm like, everything she does, she researches and she talks about that. She researches it. She's not a real healer. She's not a real anything. She reads a fucking book. She learns from other people and puts it out and manipulates the system. You have two kind of people. Those are connected who can truly create, and those who are not, who copy. United we stand, the creators. United they fall, the false entities, the copiers. So, just because somebody claims to be connected doesn't mean they are. I came through an academy, this lady who claimed to be connected, and she only hurt me. She was not connected. She was not. She manipulates for money. Okay? So that's a big deal. If you're money focused, you're not heart-centered. It's not about the money. Spirit provides. When you are aligned in your heart center, money flows. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? It does. I just need to align with those who aren't afraid. Who aren't afraid to give. Who aren't afraid to align with their heart. Who aren't afraid to see. Right? That's what we got to do. We got to align with the right ones. But be open so the right ones can come through. That's what I have to do. Are you heart-centered? This is a very important monthly membership healing tonight. Not tonight. Sunday at 1:11 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The link will be through Zoom. I mean, through Patreon. Zoom link. If you are not a member, like now, like by that day, you cannot do it. Okay? And there will be no chance to like go back really either. So I won't post it after or anything. So if you want it, come and get it. Join the membership. And not only that, now you get merchandise too that is one of a kind. It has my names, it has my stuff on it, my logos, my stuff on it. So it's pretty cool. The monthly memberships stay the same price. It's only $55 a month, you guys. My workshops were a lot more expensive than that before. I was charging almost $100 per workshop. So you get an Ascension workshop for that every month for that price. You can't beat that. Okay? So that's what I'm doing this weekend. The Akasha course will come the week after because I have to bring the new modalities through. So I've told you guys before, the old modalities won't survive. I have to change them. I have to bring the new frequencies through. And I also have my own modalities to bring through. Okay? So the world is completely changing. And if you're not aligned with your heart, if you're not aligned with that light, you won't be receptive to it. United we stand. United they fall. I brought this about. Okay? Am I killing people? No, free will. I'm giving all the right information. I'm telling everybody how to get through, where to go. Sorry, my arm was broken, so it's not normal. It looks funky. I hate showing it on camera. That's something else my DM is supposed to be letting me through, but I don't fucking care. But anyways, be heart-centered, okay? And if you are a twin flame, DM, DF, you cannot align if you're not heart-centered. What does heart-centered mean? You are doing things from your heart. You are doing things from the creation of what brings you joy, from your passion, not aligned with the matrix. Okay. Can I utilize the matrix for a little bit longer? Yeah, I got a minute or two. Grab me some money. But my focus has to be on my heart-centeredness. The other's temporary, 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 temporary. So all of my energy, does that mean I'm doing 2 jobs? Yes. I don't take a day off. Every day. The only time I got a day off is when I got attacked and my DM didn't show up for the Christmas thing, and then I couldn't do anything, and then I got out of balance. So every day I'm putting effort into my heart centered, but when you're in balance, it's little effort, it's minimal. And when you're heart-centered, it doesn't feel like work. It's a different world, my friends. So you can keep busting your ass away, worrying about money. If I don't do this, like a trap. It's a trap. It's a fucking trap. That's how I felt. I can't quit. I gotta go to work. It's a trap. And I get a 15-minute break and a 30-minute lunch. What the fuck? It's a trap. That's not my heart. Where's your heart? Can I help people in the same way there that I do here? Yes. Yeah, I can. I got still the same knowledge, still the same person, but now I get to bring it the right way through my heart. Okay? The rapture is now. United we stand. United they fall. True people who are connected can create. People who are not copy and manipulate, and they make you think they create, but they don't. They will never create live in front of you. They will never do something they didn't read from a book. Wake up, my friends, because the time is now. The rapture is now. Look at the Schumann resonance. Wake up. I love this. To the people who understand that this video is motivational, is to give you everything you got because I know what I brought about, comment below, I'm heart-centered. So much love to all of you. I look for those comments. I want to know who's heart-centered. I want to know who needs help getting heart-centered because I'm going to help you. This workshop will help you. I have to center our hearts with the new dimensional frequencies. You guys, the rapture is now. It's not a joke. And I just got chills. Wake up. So much love to all of you. Please check out my other videos because also, they're not educational. They'll help you ascend. Because if you're enlightened and you get to heal through the pyramids and heal through all this stuff, you're ascending. You're on the fast track. Okay? So don't be afraid unless you don't want to ascend. Fear is not of God. I don't bring fear. I bring power. I bring your power back to you, your knowledge. That's my heart center. Not having to clock in and some boss tell me what I need to do and I'm blocked. Like I can't create from that. Okay. And am I a therapist in my own right? Yeah, but I do it as a crisis specialist. So it's like an umbrella. So I am working under a company. But even like every bit of the third matrix, dimensional matrix, like you can look at it. It totally doesn't align with our hearts. It really doesn't. So are you heart-centered? Do you need to be putting the focus where it needs to be focusing? Or are you just worrying about, oh, I don't want to quit. I don't want to quit. I'm going to keep going to work. And your focus is not where it needs to be. Or you could say, you know what? This is temporary. It's my way out. I need to start putting my focus here. I'm just going to go here for a minute. My focus here. Go here for a minute. My focus is here. My focus is here. Build, 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 build. Happiness, happiness, joy. Creativities. Love. And can somebody please explain to me what the fuck makes a DM? Because as far as I can see right now, I don't see one. I have no idea why God chooses a DM. I have no idea what a DM can do. Only thing I see is their tail between their legs, they're in fear, and they can't love the DF. Where's your power? What is a DM? What can a DM can do? We don't know. I don't know. But I tell you what, y'all better start creating from your heart, or you can't align with yours. Mine has always had an issue. I can't figure it out. I don't know. I'm going to keep doing it. So much love to all of you. I don't mean to be harsh, but you know what? It hurts. Every day he doesn't come, it hurts me. I don't know how many times I've said that. I'm already in a contract. We're already energetically connected. It's a fucking pull, and it hurts. Like, stop hurting me for the love of God, please. All right, that was to my DM. Please, you guys, get heart-centered because the resurrection is very real. I'm sorry, it's Judgment Day. I don't know about you, but I don't want anything but God's light. That other shit hurts like a son of a bitch, and it's empty, and it's a void, and no thank you. I like to be able to create in the moment in real time for all of you. Everything I do comes through me, and that moment, I'm honored for what came through me. What amazing blessing that all of my awakening brought, the pyramid activations, the resurrection, and I had no idea it was coming. That's a beautiful story. I'm honored to be part of God. Are you? So much love. Till next time, please like and subscribe and stay and comment below. I am heart-centered to allow others to understand what they need to do. Until next time, we've got to help the world that way. Shine your light, you guys. Don't make me do it by myself, right? Let's shine our light. I'll see you guys next time. So much love.